What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilkin. We're coming back with another Uncharted Battlefield, and per usual, we're going to try to beat this with 1 unit per fight. Last time we did it, and it was a slog. Even by the end, I wound up having to use non-time limited units, or wound up having to use time limited units, even a Festa. We're going to do our best to do this without any time limited units if possible, and for these first 3, it's a breeze, right? I don't think anybody's going to question that at all. So battle number 1 here. We did this last night on stream. Let's go ahead and pull up our team here, because for this particular one, we're going to use the original SR Bell and the SR Hestia. More than enough power for this fight. It's close. I mean, we're really getting to the point in this game where this is no longer super adequate. Now, if you remember back to when this game first dropped, there was a significant point in time, almost a year, where SSRs were still very relevant in battle. But that is long since no longer been the case. And a lot of that just stems from the fact that, I mean, quite frankly, we just didn't have a lot of other options. We got tons of options now. So doing things like this is completely doable. But you know, it is interesting to see that there is still use for some of your older units. I will say the frequency of using SRs and SSRs definitely diminishing a lot, but you know, this is the rare situation where we can at least keep them in semi-rotation. All right. Bell's taking a ton of damage. If it wasn't for Hestia, he absolutely would probably be laid flat on his posterior. Standing in the line of fire here is not the smartest thing there, dude. Got 5 seconds, so we'll get a little bit of healing out here. He's producing damage. There we go. The downside to these is that it's just completely up to the AI, you know, as to what it's doing. And the AI is not terribly smart. But we're on the north side of it. We should be able to out damage him. There we go. We were right on the ragged edge. But I say every time we do this, like, for me, being on the ragged edge is where I want to be. Because that means that every single scene card, every single unit, every single equipment item, all of that, everything I can save during these battles is something I can use for a later battle. Because remember, once you use a unit here, it's not in rotation again. So, which is going to become an issue when we get down here to, like, battles 10, 11, and 12. But nevertheless, let's go move on to battle 2. And I'll show you the team I used for this. And it should be no surprise. I did move on to Welf, but I am keeping the SR Lily. I tried the SR Welf, but I had to put some items on it and all that. And this is probably the last battle where I reasonably could use an SSR without bogging them down with too much stuff. After this, we're going to go strictly to URs, and I do want to keep as many SSR assists open as possible, because SSR assists could come in very handy. We are at a point in the game where we do have more adventures than assists, at least I think. It's close. It's really close. But there are some assists that do some nonsensical things, and I'm pretty stingy with the assists I upgrade personally. So, you know, as far as getting as far as the use of assists for later fights, the mid fights, I like to keep a lot of SSR assists open for that. Just because you never know. Especially when you get to the late fights, there are situations where I do go back and change teams. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I use a really solid UR assist, or even a UR assist that I wasn't thinking was going to be a linchpin, but turned out to be, and then I have to go rerun, like, fight number 4, fight number 5, and what I can do then is I can throw a much lesser assist on that fight and bring out an assist I wasn't expecting to use. I mean, it's not self-imposed rules at that point. That is literally just how the game works. You are just not allowed to use... Well, why did you miss? If that cost me the fight, I'm going to be so irritated. Really, Welf? Bro, here I am talking you up. Let's retry that. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. I we ran this last night on stream, and I mean, I'll be honest. We were doing so many other things. I get so scatterbrained during streams. We just talk about all kinds of stuff, anime, games, all the above. But I don't think we had to run this twice. I could be wrong, but I don't think we did. Nevertheless, yeah. So far, so good. I think the biggest issue was he just missed that one critical hit, which was unfortunate. All right, go, Lily. I am. Dude's actually got me stressed out now. Like, that's hilarious, but he has actually got me stressed out. I'm like, come on, my guy. All right, so we have Lily here. With any luck, we'll get her twice during this fight. Now, if Welf just doesn't miss a big, huge hit, we'll be good. Downside is I really just don't have a way to... Dude! Why? Every time now, he just flips over him. What the... You know what? Moving on. You get the idea. I can't watch him just fall on his face anymore. That is embarrassing for both of us, my guy. Jeez, oh man, that is... Just trust me, it worked. I don't know why it backed all the way out, but it worked. So I don't know what to tell y'all on that one. I mean, it's the team I got there. You go back and watch the stream, but just trust me. I don't have the patience for Welf right now. And yes, honestly, in reality, I could go swap him out with any other SSR unit and SSR assist, but it worked. There's no reason for me to change the formula at this point, aside from the fact that he is. I mean, if you guys in the comments demand to see a proper run on round 2 with... When you clearly watch Welf over there just like doing acrobatics instead of attacking, sure, y'all's call. We'll absolutely cover that in the next episode, but I'm moving on now. For fight number 3, God, so irritating. For fight number 3, we are now on Red Element, and while I could use those units, I think I've chosen wisely here. I'm going to use the original OG UR Bell, the one that dropped initially at the beginning of the game. Now, I have had to put some items and some assist and some other units on there because he's only level 60. I use the Take assist. Take is Bell's level 70. Take is level 60. I really don't want to upgrade either one of these units very much further, if that makes any sense. I guess Take deserves it, but that Bell is really only used here and now. I don't use him in much of anything else anymore, even though he was pretty good when he dropped. But let's go ahead and jump in and check this out. For those wondering, that's the item that I decided to use on him. And I do have one UR scene card on him, but it's a scene card that I don't think I'm going to use elsewhere. I just didn't have another SSR scene card that I thought would fit him. And we have so many UR scene cards. Using a level 30 is not really going to be a world-ending circumstance. I do have a lot of level 30s, unfortunately. I've had a really rugged time getting dupes for a lot of the scene cards. And when it comes to finishing off scene cards, I used all of my gems, all the little crystals. All those went into golden time, period. Like, I think... excuse me. I think that's a no-brainer, honestly. I think that just makes the most sense. But it is what it is. At the end of the day. Here we go. Alright, so we're in the last leg of this fight. Now, this is where it gets a little dicey because it is 2-on-1, right? Bell needs to focus on one of these guys, take them down. See, now that his shield is up, he needs to knock that guy down and take him out, so that in the next round he can focus on the other dude. He's got a minute per boss, so it's totally doable. There we go. Plus, he'll be taking a ton less. No, dude, go back to the Orc King. What are you doing? What? Why are you doing it this way? Oh my god. I mean, I know he's going to win, but it's stressful watching the AI just go, all right, his shield's up. I'm 10 seconds from breaking it. I'm going to go fight this guy now. Like, why would you do that? Makes no sense. That is me stressing out over the AI in Uncharted Battlefield. If my heart and stress level and blood pressure can take it, we'll be back tomorrow with 4 through 6. Like, comment, share. I need a drink.